Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
Now, first things first, of course, the priority is for Dillian Whyte to get past Alexander Povetkin next weekend. And hopefully he does. In fact, I'm pretty confident that he will. But heavyweight boxing, you don't know what's going to happen, much like the first fight, right? Anyway, the WBC president, Mauricio Sulaiman, has said that Dillian Whyte versus Deontay Wilder will be a very interesting matchup. And I agree with him on that one. And this is what Mauricio Sulaiman had to say. Unfortunately, we are not promoters. We are not the matchmakers. But this could be potentially a very interesting fight. There is great talent in the heavyweight division, and I'm sure that we are up for a great ride in the years coming. We have so many combinations that can happen. Of course, the excitement of Fury and Joshua is what everyone's talking about, but there are also many other great fights that could potentially take the great entertainment for the boxing fans around the world. Mauricio Sulaiman's statement. So, I'm sure a lot of you will agree, whether you're a fan of Wilder or not, whether you're a fan of Dillian Whyte or not, would you want to see Dillian Whyte versus Deontay Wilder? And I would imagine most people would say yes, of course. No matter who you think would win, would you want to watch the fight? Of course you would. Now, of course, I'm Team Whyte. Of course I am. I think that Dillian Whyte beats Wilder, and I've been saying it for the longest time. And I know that a lot of people say, well, if old man Povetkin can knock out Dillian Whyte, you can sure as hell bet that Deontay Wilder would. Sure, if he lands, but can Deontay Wilder take the pressure that Dillian Whyte puts on? Unlikely, but hey, you never know. But for me, it's a very interesting fight, and I'm sure that a lot of you guys and girls would agree with me on that one. Now, to go back to Mauricio Sulaiman's statement, where he says, unfortunately, we're not the promoters, we are not the matchmakers. Well, yeah, they're not promoters, you are the sanctioning body. You can order fights. So if Dillian Whyte gets past Alexander Povetkin, which is no given, of course, but if he does, then he becomes a WBC interim world heavyweight champion. And that would mean that he's in line to take on currently Tyson Fury. But as we know, Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, they're going to be tied up for the remainder of this year. So Dillian Whyte, he's not going to get that WBC world title opportunity, at least this year. But Dillian, he likes to keep active. He likes to test himself. And he's been calling out Wilder for the longest time. When I've had Dillian Whyte on the channel many, many times, and even spoken to him in private, that's the fight that he would absolutely love, is Deontay Wilder. He feels he's got his number. Whether you agree with him or whether you don't, he does. He's got that confidence that he's got Wilder's number. So the WBC, they can order this fight. They can do it. So all going well for Dillian Whyte, get past Alexander Povetkin. All going well for Deontay Wilder in his comeback fight, whomever it may be against. All going well for him. Why not put these guys together? Because Wilder, he's not going to voluntarily fight Dillian Whyte. He's going to have to be ordered. We've seen Deontay Wilder avoid Dillian Whyte many, many occasions. He's turned down stupid amounts of money to fight Dillian Whyte. Why? Because he's not confident. Some of you may be very confident that Deontay Wilder beats Dillian Whyte. Deontay Wilder clearly is not. And I know people say, but Dillian Whyte, he avoided, say, Luis Ortiz. That seems to be still a narrative that goes around. Even though I've shown people 100 times that is not what happened. It was actually Ortiz who turned down the Dillian Whyte fight for $2 million at the O2 Arena on pay-per-view because he wanted to fight on the Wilder Fury Part 1 undercard. Fact, not an opinion. Anyway, that is what it is. But for me, I want to see this fight. I know a lot of you would want to see this fight too. And it's definitely a pay-per-view worthy fight, isn't it? For me, I think that Dillian Whyte has got Wilder's number. I don't think Wilder can take the pressure of Dillian Whyte. Yes, if Deontay Wilder lands that big right hand, there's a very good chance Dillian's going to go down and not get back up again for the count of 10. There's a very good chance of that. But likewise, if you're going to be brutally fair about this, Dillian Whyte, if he lands that right uppercut or that left hook to the chin, Wilder ain't getting back up either. So it's a very, very interesting matchup, no matter how you look at it. Anyway, that's what's going on. Hopefully, the WBC will order this fight. I'm not confident that they will, just by going by Mauricio Sulaiman's statement there, because they're probably going to want to run it by Deontay Wilder. They've been protecting Wilder for the longest time. They have, haven't they? Let's be honest. They've been wrapping up in cotton wool, allowing him to make weak defence after weak defence ever since he became WBC champion. So they're probably going to ask Wilder permission. Hey, Wilder, would you mind fighting Dillian Whyte? Is it okay if we order it? And if he says, yeah, go on then they'll do it. If he says, nah, I don't really want to fight him, then they won't. That's how I see it. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you on the next video.